What's going on, everyone? This is Brian Turner here with another episode of the No Stress Midwest podcast. It's hard to believe we're in season 7 now. This season, I really wanted to focus on professional athletes and just kind of tapping into their brains to see what they do to get successful, to stay successful, how they kind of battle, maneuver, whatever you will, through that kind of space. So today we're joined by Junior Kazeem of the KC Comets. Junior, how's it going, man?
Doing good.
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 So Junior and I, we met a few years ago, Call Valley, USL2 team. We needed a striker. The coach said, like, hey, man, I know this guy. He brings Junior. We were still looking for a striker after. No, but he came in. Still looking. But no, Junior came in. And I think one thing about us was, like, you were a little older than most of the guys that were there, so there was that kind of connection. And I don't know, it just kind of hit it off. I felt like where it was like a friendship as well. And now here we are a few years later. I was trying to get you down with me in Louisiana. Didn't work out, but I got you on here, so I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. So Junior, just kind of talk to us, man. What's going on? What you came in today? You're smelling good. You just, hopped out the shower. Just kind of talk to us about like your present, your current lifestyle. What's going on right now?
So, first of all, thanks for having me, man. And like I said, like in this life, man, good energy finds good energy.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I appreciate that. And I knew you were someone that, I could always have that type of friendship and relationship with. So, but life right now, life is just, it's been okay.
Okay.
It's been okay, I'm just humble with everything God has given me, and I'm just grateful for where I'm at. So just meeting new people, and I'm in a chapter called the comeback season.
All right.
So with that, it's just that comeback season is just me showing to everyone that you can overcome adversity and stuff like that. So that's mostly it for me. Right
For
now.
you, okay. So I talked about you're with the KC Comets indoor, right? MASL.
Yeah, MASL.
When does the season start? Since it's indoor, it should be coming up here pretty soon.
So usually because it's mostly winter, and you really try and look on it being indoor. So that's like the best time that everyone really transitions from outdoor to indoor. So that will be coming up ending of November.
Okay.
Pre-season starting very soon.
How do you feel about the season? Good, excited?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Why? Why are you so excited? Is it part of the comeback or?
Yeah, it's part of the comeback.
Yeah.
I've been out for a whole year due to visa issues and stuff like that, but I trusted God's plan, and I know that all of this is a win to me.
Yeah.
So I've always been a guy who's made sure that I take everything that's in front of me as an advantage. So just using everything I can right now to put a platform there for myself and make my family proud.
For sure. I remember, was it like 2 years? It was right after Call Valley. You were with them.
Yeah.
I think maybe the next season, like your first game in, you score a game-winning goal. And I remember on Instagram seeing this ugly guy's face plastered everywhere, and people are wearing Kazeem jerseys and. I was like, damn, like, that's crazy, right? We go to a sporting game together, and we're just chilling, and some kid is waving at me from across the stands and was like, "Can you get Junior?" And I'm like, "Who?" And Junior had fans there, so it's cool to see that kind of progression. Now I don't want it to make it seem like the pedigree is from the stockyard or anything, right? You played, came here. You were at CMU, Central Methodist, NAIA national champion. Did you you're there for 2 times, right? So back-to-back national championships and anything is ridiculous. That's kind of where I think maybe the Junior Kazeem's American story started. You were playing under Nichols, who I love, but a crazy dude, man. So I know it takes. I know the type of mindset you have to have as a player to play in that system the way he wants to play, but then the results yielded what they yielded, right? Yeah. So kind of talk to us about when you came here and you were playing there, what mentally was your mindset when you went into trainings, when you went into games, when you went into off season, like, just what was your mindset in those national championship years specifically?
So first 2 years, obviously the team was building, and then once we kind of got into that, which was my junior year, it was just, and a lot of the guys that can vouch for that, I've always been big on just, doing the hard work. Because where I'm from, like there's not a lot of opportunities back in England where I'm from. So for me, I've never lost that type of hunger to always want to be the best and always want to be at the top, and there's nothing like a better feeling than playing in those type of championship games, or playing against guys who have similar stories, similar backgrounds, who are also trying to reach that one goal of being the best.
The best, yeah.
So so I just kept that work ethic up where I was just always doing more.
Yeah.
And that really, actually put a domino effect on the guys that, if we really want to be the best, we really got to start doing more. So so guys started actually joining me in my workouts, or they would even do their own, or they would ask me, hey, like, what can I do to work on this? Because I was big on the workout stuff and just making sure I was always in shape and ready.
Yeah.
You always have to be ready. So that was like a big thing. And once that started going on and my coach kind of seen that, it was just more of a thing where, he was just like, okay, we're going into the right direction. And we had the players. We had amazing players. So,
for sure.
And guys that are core family today, So,
you had Vince, right?
Yeah.
You're a keeper, Vince. But
Vince, we had
Gucci, was there as well. I have some of these guys I know. Was Nichols joining in on the workouts with you guys?
No,
just the
no,
play. Just
no.
the play.
He was just there to make sure that
supervising everything.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Everything was good, but no, in all honesty, like the biggest thing was that we would win games like 7-8-0. And next day we're doing full on like lifts, to our max. It's not like we're recovering, but it's to our max, and then he'll give us a recovery day.
Right.
But it was like those little things when it came to nationals, no one was outplaying us. We were so fit to the point it was just like, oh, like teams will be looking at us like, wow,
you don't stop, right? It just keeps wave after wave after wave after wave. Yeah.
And the way the way he likes to play.
So it's you got to be like that, right? Like a Bielsa type of play, and it kind of draws me to. There's a documentary where they talked about, I think it was the Florida Gators back when like Tim Tebow, Aaron Hernandez, Grant. They had their own stuff with it, but they had like these midnight lift sessions. Where they talk about, like, instead of going out to the club or the bars, like they're in the gym. Friggin' maxing out, right? And I mean, that type of stuff, I think it is contagious. If the right people are the ones that are trying to push it. You got the guy who's 18th man on the 18-man roster that ain't getting no burn, and he's talking about doing it, right? But you got the starter, you got a junior and upperclassman, right? That I think that's contagious, and that's what builds a winning culture, is the stuff off the field.
Just got to lay that kind of foundation, and rest of the to the GOAT himself, Kobe. Like that story of when the guys came from, when he was with the US basketball team, and they were saying that he was working out. They were coming into the hotel and stuff like that. Stuff like that is
up
like,
at like 4 a.m.
Amazing stories like that, and I'm of course not near that level. But it's just having those type of guys as like mentors to say, "Oh, like you really, if you have a goal, you really got to go there.
You got to be, locked in. That's the term right now, is being locked in. All right. Sure. So okay, we talked about like the college part. We've talked about some of USL too, but let's go a little further back, right? Before you came to the States, you're from England. Where in England, and kind of where did football kind of come into your life as a child?
So I'm from Peckham, So
Peckham, okay.
if most people know Peckham, and most people that are gonna be listening to this, Peckham is not an area you would want to really go to.
Okay.
But it's an area that therefore shapes you to become who you need to be.
Yeah.
Because you really find a lot of
shapes you who you need to. That's good. That's
you really find a lot of stuff that life gives you right away.
Yeah.
Like you become used to stuff, and stuff is just you can kind of use that stuff to kind of gravitate. And this is what I've used now to kind of observe where I'm at and just know that okay, this is good for me, maybe this is not. So, but yeah, from young, I've always been an athlete around a lot of sports. Though.
Okay.
I played a lot of sports.
You're playing cricket?
Yeah, I was playing
cricket.
I was doing badminton at one point.
Rugby?
Rugby.
Yeah, I would see rugby.
I was doing rugby, and I was very good at rugby.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So, what about badminton? How were you
badminton,
at that?
Badminton was just a discipline thing. Yeah, it was just a thing was that I used to be very quick to get angry about little things.
Okay.
So badminton was a way that I had a very good mentor there that would just always invite me to come every Thursday.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, and then he would just be teaching me life lessons while he's just destroying
Mr. Miyagi. Yeah,
he's just giving, and I'm there running all over the place.
And his feet are stuck. Just boom.
Always used to just give me life lessons after that, and just tell me about life and how far you can go if you just really stick to something. So I think that was a lot of that just really helped me at that time because there's a lot going on. You have so many influences around you, that
positive and negative, right? Yeah.
Very. Yeah. That's huge. So it's like, but I've always been a guy that, and I thank God for this, that I've always been a guy who's looked at the bigger picture. So I've always when I was actually going to school, I chose to go to school in North London.
Okay.
So Peckham is in Southeast London.
All right.
So imagine that's a travel for me.
Yeah, every day.
I needed that
to get out of where you were. Yeah.
And just to tell myself that like there's more to life than where I'm at.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So and that's when that transition came, and then the States was an easy option because I've already been used to traveling and seeing what's out there. So that was like the biggest thing, and then I just fell in love with the game, and then it was at one point I had the option to choose rugby or football, but it's just most of the guys were always playing football.
Yeah.
And with football you can play anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
All you need is a ball in the field.
Yep.
I was just like, this is it for me.
Yeah.
So, and that was huge, and I've got a lot of guys that grew up with that. Are going on to do big things right now.
That's awesome. So how did you get here? Was CMU? Were you there as a freshman? Did Nichols recruit you?
Yeah.
My days, man! I know Nichols didn't go over there.
No,
I know that. How did that come about?
So my agent was just sending my film out to schools, and at that time, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know the difference in levels. I didn't know NCAA,
NAIA, Division 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I just wanted to play.
Right.
I just want to ball and know what America's about. So obviously, I had very good offers, but I didn't know. So I was like, hey, nice. And then
you chose CMU.
But the biggest thing is that my area taught me that if someone really shows interest in you, you go.
Yeah.
And Nichols did that.
Yeah.
Nichols was invested in me more than what I was just bringing.
Yeah.
And he understood where I was coming from. And I told him already that, I'm going to have my ups and downs being there, but just stick by me. And I promise you, I'm one of those guys, I'm locked in for life.
Yeah.
It happens like that. So, and he did. He really did. And that's when I made the choice.
That's awesome. Not knowing where. Goodness me, man. Goodness me. Because I went to one of the games there, and I didn't have cell phone service. Like an hour within to the city, and none while I was there.
Nothing. Yeah. So that was like the biggest reality shock. I was like, what is this? This
Yeah.
isn't America.
This
Oh
isn't
no,
America. This isn't what I saw in the
yeah,
Fresh
this is
Prince
not.
of Bel-Air.
You
You know what
know,
I
you know.
mean?
So
Where's the
yeah,
palm trees?
yeah.
Where's
But honestly, having that type of area, there's only
I
so
mean, you
much
can
you
only
can
so
do.
much trouble you can get in, so you're focused,
Yeah. So
right?
I
You're
was just,
focused, yeah.
I was like, you know what? Maybe this is good.
Yeah.
Because imagine us in like a Miami area.
Yeah, and he went there, you know.
And he went there,
Yeah,
and you
he did go,
see,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's a different type of mindset because all you have is
Is
just,
that
I'm bored, might as well just work out,
right? Right.
and it's like, oh, that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So and it starts to add up. So and that's what I say. I call it I like it. I always put it on my Instagram, the 1%.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1% better every day. So that's all we can do. So yeah, that was the biggest
That
thing
was
for
the
me.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so let's kind of talk about we've got your season getting ready to get started.
Yeah.
You said like preseason starts next month, right?
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
How has this off season been for you? What's kind of been I mean, we talked about the mindset, we talked about the comeback, but more specifically, how are you spending this off season with your trainings and with your recovery? What are the things you're doing and how often?
Yeah. So there's this place I go to called AGY. Shout out AGY. One of the best in the business right now. Um, they're just they honestly are just like family to me. It's just they take care of me. They I just told them, hey, like look at my body type. I have a lot of pains, but I'm trying to get out of that. I'm really trying to make this big, and I'm not shy in going through the rough patches to get to where I need to be to feel good. And they're like, hey, you've come to the right place. And they've taken me in ever since. And that was through the Comets. Obviously, the Comets made that connection, and then I just stuck at it.
Yeah.
Because we only did it for preseason, but knowing me and where I'm from, I was like, hey,
It's here, yeah. I'm gonna keep working out.
this is what I need. So honestly, yeah, I've just been doing that. I did it every Tuesday, but now I'm doing Tuesday, Thursday since it's getting closer to the season. And yeah, it's just the extra.
Yeah.
It's just the extra just to make sure I'm not lifting a lot, but just doing the right movements to be explosive, to feel freedom and change of direction and all of those type of stuff. So they're very big on that, and I can't thank them enough for just them sticking by me and helping me. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So I know it can't be easy playing in a different country, going to a different country, right? Now, obviously the language barrier isn't the worst thing, you know. But what's kind of been the mindset with you being away from family, from childhood friends, and you're in another country trying to chase the dream of being a footballer, right? So it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's there's so many instances where it doesn't happen. But then there's instances where it does happen. So what's kind of your mindset with that?
Yeah, so it's just, like you've just got to find what keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us it's just, we're just trying to make a better future. So for me, I just always my family's always supported everything I've done and is doing. So um leaving was the hardest thing, because I've always had that support system right there.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, I'm about to go to another country with no support system.
Yeah.
And this is like time for me to just kind of grow. So I was just like, okay, what is gonna keep me grounded and just knowing that I'm coming here to just achieve every goal I can imagine, and if not, how have I put myself in the position to try to? So yeah, it's just family for me is the biggest thing, and just having people that have always just been there to kind of just keep encouraging you.
Yeah.
So and there's guys that I don't speak to every single time, but will reach out once in a while and just be like, hey, like I'm still locked in your stuff, like
Right.
brother, you're giving us hope. Like just keep going, man.
Yeah.
And that type of stuff it just motivates you because you never know because you be going through your own stuff at the time. But, you just keep going, and just hearing my mum say she's proud. It's like the biggest thing I've ever. That was like my biggest thing I've always wanted to hear.
Yeah,
Like
for
just
sure.
hearing, "Hey, I'm proud of you, son."
Yeah.
It's just like you're like, oh, okay,
Shows that it's
different
worth it.
type
Yeah.
of energy.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that was the biggest thing.
and I feel like, I mean, I've been in those positions as well where someone just sending a message like that to you when you're going through a really low point or you're down and you see that, it's like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but like keep going. You get those types of messages and it's like, damn, all right, you're right. This is, I needed this. It came at the right moment versus when you're riding a high and then someone sends that and it's just, I know I'm popping, right? I don't need no one else to tell me that shit. So that's good. I respect that, and I mean we're all chasing our own goals for our own reason. And although we could be chasing the same goal, it could be for different reasons. Or maybe we're chasing different goals, and to get to that goal, I got to get to your goal first, right? So there's all different ways that we get through it, and I think what's important is individually kind of finding out why I'm doing it. What is my reason? Because on that path, as I'm sure you've seen, you get shiny over here, like, oh, I like that. I want to go over here. Like you see, this, oh man, I want that. I go over here. And it's like, am I doing it to get those shiny objects? Or am I doing it to get to, whatever that goal is, the promised land? So we've kind of gotten pretty deep here. I want to loosen it up just a bit, right? Talk to me about your first pro moment. And by that I mean, like, what was the first thing that happened where you were just like, oh damn, all right, this is the big leagues, huh? Or maybe it hasn't happened for you yet, right? Maybe it's not until you're playing at Goodison Park on a Saturday,
That's the dream. That's the dream. But no, honestly, like for me, I take every win. So no matter where I'm playing at, I'm always gonna put my heart into it. So the first pro moment was just like, honestly, it was just having people come up to me and just say, "Hey, you're my favorite player."
Yeah.
Hey, like we just the energy you bring, we feel it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa, like that's all I've ever wanted to do was just bring that type of excitement to when people come and watch.
Right.
Not just through me, but through, just through my teammates, everyone just to try and put on a show and say, hey, like, we're human beings too, but we're here to just do our job and make sure that you guys have a good time too. But yeah, just having just many kids just come up to me and just say, hey, can I just get a hug? And they're all shy. Right. And I'm thinking, whoa, like,
it's
like,
just me.
This is just me. But yeah. I just realized to them, they see this is that's the level,
Yep.
So, but yeah, that was like the first. Like,
that was it.
It's a real moment, and then after the winner, like you said, I was just getting ads from big time pros outdoor, like So I was just like, whoa, like I never expected this to go so far, and especially my first game.
Right.
And then that's how the friendship between me and William Magada came about. Is through that, and then he was like, hey, I love your energy, man, and said the same, and we've been locked in ever since. Yeah.
Cool. So talk to me with how you go about a day when you're in season. Okay, so I won't say first week of the season because things are still, you're still getting the groove. Let's say we're month in.
Yeah.
Okay, what time are we waking up? What time are we going to sleep that night?
Yeah.
Is it based on a win or a loss? Is it based on if you got a certain someone that comes in town, right? What's it?
Sure.
Talk to me.
Yeah. So we'll say win.
Okay.
We're gonna go for a win.
All right. So Saturday night, we get the win on Saturday. Okay.
Most of the guys always want to go out.
Yeah.
The guys want to go out, celebrate.
Yeah.
And of course, that's you need those type of stuff because that's what brings
the guys together.
Yep. Like little stuff outside of the field where we could just relax and kind of be ourselves, and you just get to know your teammates more. and you get to see that side of them that is not just only professional, but you know, just relaxed. So yeah, so that's mostly it, and then
you're joining them.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'll join. Not all the time.
But
all the time.
But you have your fun.
Yeah, I do have my fun because you know,
You've
at the
got
end
to.
of the day, you know, we understand we are looked as professionals, but we, you know, we're still human and we're still trying to have fun and enjoy life while we're still, you know, in that type of, you know.
Well, you're able to. You're in that lifestyle.
So,
for sure.
But yeah, and then just after that, just go home. Sometimes I'll rewatch the game.
Okay.
Just to see, you know,
only if you score.
No, honestly, if I don't, like, even if I don't.
The night of, you're rewatching the game.
Okay, all right. Just learning because you always want to do better.
Yeah, for sure.
You always want to see, okay, what are my strengths? You always want to see that, what are my weaknesses? So I will rewatch the game and then just, you know, relax, and then it's like I always pray.
For sure.
Always pray every night just to say thank God for, you know, watching over me, and you know, because you know anything can happen in the game.
Right.
So just to have the blessings to
be able to walk off,
just to walk off well, and just to give out the talents that He's given me to impact a lot of people is the biggest thing. And then and then that's it.
So that's a Saturday night. Okay, so talk to me. Maybe off day Monday, right, or Sunday.
Yeah.
What's Monday like with training? Talk to me. What are we waking up at?
So practices are usually it's usually at like 9
a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. But we got to get into the locker room at like 8:15.
Yeah, makes sense.
So biggest thing is just making sure that I'm up early.
Yeah.
You know, just making sure I like to shower before practice. It's
and
my way of waking up.
All right, that's fair. And then shower after practice, I'm hoping. Okay.
No, I do.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. Some people, some people have their
superstitions.
Yeah. So, all right, so a double shower.
So that's the shower wakes me up, and like while I'm in there, I just, you know, think of what I can do to just get better. So while I'm in there, I'm just like, okay, you know, what do I really want to work on today that will help the team? So I can be like, okay, you know, maybe the fitness side, maybe I could give a bit more. So maybe I would stay behind and just not do a very hard fitness because, you know, we just came from the game, but just something that would just keep me flowing in the right way. Or just maybe touches, you know, technique. You know, technique is usually one of the parts that is not my strongest suit.
For sure,
but, you know, I'm doing everything I can to work on it because indoor is a very
different and very technical, very technical
game, which, you know, I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
I can actually use that to go outdoor as well.
Yeah.
So, but and then once we get to practice, you know, just banter with the guys in the locker room.
For sure.
I'm always the guy on the speaker. When I come in, I got to play. You know,
okay. So you're the aux. You're the aux cord. Okay.
Give them the throwbacks. They love it.
Man. All right. What's the give me the go-to song? You going in on training on a Monday. You just won Saturday. Spirits. You want to have good. Ooh. What song we put on?
You know, it's sometimes I have to go Biggie, Juicy.
Okay. Man. All right. Hey, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Or 50 Many Men.
Oh wow! Yeah. Okay, we go from Biggie to Biggie to 50. Okay,
yeah, so it just depends. It depends on if the guys are feeling a little slouchy.
Yeah,
the energy is right, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, we switch it up. So,
okay, all right.
Yeah,
usually, so you're on the aux.
Yeah.
All right, you get through. You know, you go through your training, 2 hours or so. Yeah. What's are we hanging around after training? Yeah. Is it locker room banter? Are we getting some extra touches? Using the gym because you guys are at the Dome, correct?
Yeah,
where you train at the Dome.
Yeah, at the Dome. So most of the times, I will stay. Okay. Actually, all of the time I will stay.
Yeah.
Because you know you always want to work on stuff, you know, just to get better and just, you know, repetition. Everything's all about repetition. So I'm always just trying to still learn the walls, still trying to, you know, figure those stuff out. So I stay behind just to kind of figure what angles I can do to you know, help my teammates get into a better position of me scoring and them scoring, you know, or you know, and then what stuff that can, you know, just help us as a team be on the same page. Right. That's what you want to do, you know. Right. Oh, what's my strongest suit and stuff like that. So you can do those stuff after practice and stuff. So I always stay, and then and then once that's done, go in the locker room, whoever's still there, you know, we'll just chop it off and just, you know how the
I
banter
know.
goes.
Yeah, I do.
The locker room banter is ruthless
Yeah,
sometimes.
it can be. You got to watch the stories you post.
Yeah. You can't just be, you know. But it's like the best thing because it's like an inside thing,
right?
You know, because we're all just kind of bantering with ourselves, and you know, we all know that whatever's said in here,
it has to stay here. Yeah. Because you don't want to be. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. So, but it's like the way of kind of building that trust.
Yeah.
You know, like,
for sure.
Whatever we say in here, no one can hear it.
Yeah.
You know, type of thing. So it's the best thing.
So we finish up. What time? Maybe you're walking out of there around 1, 2 o'clock.
I do be taking forever.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 o'clock maybe.
No, not that.
Okay, I was gonna say. Talk to me about
practice is usually 10:30, 11. I'll stay after till like maybe 11:45, 12.
Yeah.
And then I'm like out of there by like 1:30.
Okay, there we go.
So
how's because I realized this when I started, I guess, being friends with professional athletes, but the day's done at 1.
Yeah.
Right? You know, your day's done 1:30. Maybe you do some recovery, whatever. But then how do you plan out the rest of your day? Do you just go home and you hop on the sticks?
Yeah.
You know, are you working out? Are you you know, what is it? Are you going for long walks?
Yeah.
You know? Through the gardens?
Yeah. That's something that, you know, the walks thing is something I'm trying to get into.
Okay, all right.
I'm not really into that yet.
All right. You'll get that. That comes with age. That comes with maturity.
So, to clear the mind, you know, I'm trying to get into that type of lifestyle. But I will for sure really start doing that type of stuff. Because
it helps. It helps so much. Yeah, it helps so much.
That's something that I would like to do. But yeah, the sticks and with the guys, you know, pro clubs on FIFA.
Are we doing any other sports? 2K, Madden, NCAA, or is it FIFA mostly?
FIFA mostly, but then we got Call of Duty in there.
Yeah, okay, right.
At Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's fair.
The guys are way better. They be carrying me in there. So,
are you on? What was the Fortnite, the Minecraft?
Yeah, Fortnite 2. Forgot about Fortnite, but Fortnite 2. But the guys,
just like kids, you know.
Just trying to, just make time pass us by and. They'll just enjoy, man.
That's what it's about.
That's it. So, and then after all of that, you know, try and get naps in. I try.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at them, but I'm getting.
That comes with age too. That comes with age.
So try and get a nap in here and there. And, coaching, you know, just giving back is the biggest thing for me when I wanted to come here was to give back, you know, and just spread that type of love and joy for the game.
Yeah.
To kids and actually. Let kids know that you will always be there for them,
no
matter where their journey is at, and just to share that type of love, just it's amazing, you know. And you can feel it as soon as you walk in there, screaming your name, and you know all of that, and you're just like, hey, and then you do the same to them. They're like, whoa, like So it's just that type of thing, and that bond will forever be there. So
well, I think it's important when you deal with coaches, right, and players. And when I was a player, you know, my coach would say stuff that I'm just like, this guy's an idiot. I was like, this guy has lost his mind. But there's lessons and stuff that I take away from what he said and all that that I still use to this day. And I think what's so important with coaching is the lessons that you teach have got to stay with them when they're done playing.
For sure.
Right? Because the game ends for everyone. But, you know, the life lessons you have, the relationship like this, right? Where we coached, you know, I coached you and we're still able to stay in touch. I still talk to my high school coach, you know, and talk to him. So I think those are the things, like you said, when you deal with players and you deal at any age, you know, the impact that you can make on them is massive.
It's massive.
Right? Massive.
It's such a great feeling.
Yeah.
Honestly. Especially when they come back to tell you so much. You know, what they've done in games or the accolades they've gotten. You know, it's just like, wow.
When you get that text, right? Because what I've realized with kids is they don't understand like the etiquette. Oh, I should probably let my coach know I made the team. Right? True, That's the parents that tell them that. If they decide to do it, it's because they truly want to do it. And that to me is what always means more coming from the kids.
For sure.
So okay, so we're doing some talk with the youth and giving back. Let's say there is someone that's listening to the podcast, and the whole season is on getting to this level, staying at this level, getting to the highest levels. What is that bit of advice or two bits of advice that you give that, whether he's a 10-year-old, whether he's a 15-year-old, whether he's a 19, 20-year-old that wants to get to the level that you're at or wants to play professionally? What advice can you give them? What can you tell them to make it a little easier for them than it was for you?
First of all, just, get your reason why. The reason why you want to play this sport, the reason why, this means a lot to you. And then once you find that why, back it up with just loving it. And loving it is just meaning that, hey, I'm willing to accept that I'm going to go through the highest of highs, the lowest of lows in this. But because I love what I do, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And I've truly found that out as of late, that I really love playing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of athletes tend to lose that, and that's the thing that I'm like, come on, there's a reason why you started.
Right.
So for that kid or for the older kid who's just trying to, get to that type of level, just don't give up. No matter how many no's you may get, it just takes one.
So all it takes is one yes. Just one yes. It changes everything.
It changes the whole thing.
Yep.
To the point where,
all those no's don't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
But then those no's kind of really shape you because you're just like, now I know what I had to put in to get here.
Yep.
How many disappointments that I thought they were disappointments,
right?
Were actually
lessons.
Just lessons in life, So I would just say, just keep going, no matter what it is in life. So biggest thing.
There we go. I dig it. Yeah. I think it's so important to know, and I look at it. My mindset with that is all those no's you hear. That's your test to see if you really want what you say you want, and if you do, then you keep pushing. You keep pushing, and then you get that yes, and maybe the first yes is massive, and you're like, okay, maybe I can do this, and then after a while, those yeses are just like checkpoints. So I'm like, I know I'm doing it. If I'm not hearing no's in between those yeses, that means I'm not trying to test things enough. You know what I mean? So I can dig it. So, all right, Junior, we're getting ready to wrap up here. I apologize, and I just thought about this. I did not bring any tea with me. I didn't bring my biscuits. That's my poor etiquette. But but is there anything before we wrap up that you want to leave the listeners with, the followers? Any final words, anything of that?
So the biggest thing is just embrace your journey, man.
Yeah.
Just embrace that journey, love it, and just forever keep it unique, because at the end of the day, there's people you're going to meet, there's people that are going to come and go, and you just got to just take everything as it comes, but just never lose that focus of what you're trying to attain in this life. We've only got one to live, so enjoy it, and never let no one dictate how you're supposed to move, or should I post this, or what people are gonna think of that.
Right.
I feel free right now.
Yeah.
I'm in that freedom.
That's good.
I just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Right. Of course.
I'm not gonna let someone, tell me what to do. If I feel this type of way, I'm gonna do it. And the people that know me best will know where it's coming from.
There we go. So, I love it, man. I love it.
Pushing in life, man.
I love it. All right. So that was a great way to end it. I feel like this next question can teeter whichever way, right? Premier League club. Who are you supporting? And I want you to think about this because there's wrong answers. there are wrong answers.
I'm a United.
Oh,
I'm a Manchester United.
Goodness me. All those kids, all those words you just said, that goes out the window. Manchester United, okay.
I'm a United fan.
All right, who's our favorite player?
It's got to be United fan. It's got to be Ronaldo.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fair. I can respect that. So we'll take Ronaldo. All right. Well, Junior, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be on the podcast. You know, it's always fun being able to do these interviews because that's not what I think my profession is or my calling. I also do most of the interviews through Zoom. So, you know, to do stuff in person, you know, like Steven and I are trying to sort the room out. How do we want it to look? Where do you know all this stuff? So I appreciate being able to do the in-person ones and being able to stay in touch with the former player, right? And you know, I'm there at the games. I've got your jersey. I was gonna bring it here to get you to sign it. I realized you had already signed it, so I was like, oh, there goes that. But you know, I'll always be supporting you, man.
Appreciate that.
So I appreciate that. And for everyone listening, thank you for being on thank you for listening to another episode of the No Stress Midwest podcast. Junior Kazeem, thank you for being a guest on the No Stress Midwest podcast. And season 7, episode 2, we are wrapped up. Cheers.